All right, we got a BP day today. We are out here at the parks at Texas Star, the beautiful Champions Field. This is where you'll see a lot of those condensed games coming from the major this last weekend. This is where, those Proton Resi games and stuff like that happen. So we're going to do a little BP today and working on things that we struggled with over the weekend. Usually that's kind of how it goes. You work before the tournament on things that you want to be successful at in the tournament, and then after the tournament, the BP is like, what was I struggling with? Let's put more emphasis on that, at least for this first BP. I'm going to be working on some right center gap. That was something I wanted to be able to do beforehand, and I really did not hit a lot of right center gap during the tournament. So I'm going to go back to it and work on it. So it's seeing the ball deep and staying smooth. I'm trying not to roll over into the infield. I'm trying not to pop it up too high. Just got to get it nice, smooth over the infield into that gap. I got Anthony Bridges here with me today, and Miz will be here, and we're going to get to it. So here we go. That's the hardest thing that people don't realize is like these guys are batting like 700 and 800 against the best defense and pitchers in the country. Yep. It's amazing. I only made 3 outs in the 3 games I played, so I was pretty happy with that. And 2 of them were right where I wanted to hit on like pitcher's feet on the weak defense side. Yep. And the pitcher just made like a sport. Caught one of them from Dirty Vegas, and then who was it that got the other one? I guess it was Yoder or whoever was pitching for Bay Area. Yeah. They both. The one thing I could work on there is maybe not like showing where I'm going as much, but it was slightly inside, so I had to fall away. But I mean, still, I hit. It had to be like 90-mile-an-hour balls through there, and they just made great plays on them. So. I always start off with my tee work, just getting loose. I prefer to push it and work my way across. I feel like it's easier on my back, and it's easier on your, it helps your timing, because if you're practicing seeing the ball deep in your swing, then it's gonna be much easier to see it out here. I'm not gonna move the cart, I'm just gonna adjust my feet. So since I'm pushing, I'm coming up here like I'm catching the ball pretty deep. This is like my back shoulder. I'm getting a little bit off, and then just keeping my hands back and low, and then trying to stay level through it. As you push, you don't want to let that bat dip here. Trying to keep those hands high and level. Pretend there's a pitcher. Get set. Pretend he pitches, and then go through the motion. Don't be too hard on yourself here. This is just warming up, getting your eyes used to it, and you're working on your flow. Someone asked me the other day about what do you really work on your tee stuff. I'm just flow here. I want everything to be smooth. I want my hips and my wrists. I don't want to like force it and feel that I'm rolling over. Just keep it smooth. And then your results kind of show you if you did it right. If you hit it nice on a line. See, I was pulling away on that one like it was too heavy, and I was swinging an axe. So I want to be able to stay through it, let the hands do the work. And then you can challenge yourself a little bit. You can come closer and do things like that, and work on adjusting that hand placement to make sure it's pulled back, like revving like a bike. My pinkies make field goals. There you go.
Have you ever tried overlap?
I'm 1 off on my pinky and 1 over.
Okay.
That's not enough arms there. Need to push off with my back leg a little more. There you go. But you see, as I turned it up on my hips, it made me roll over. So we're just looking to find that smooth medium right there. There it is. And that's what I'm talking about, your hips snap to your wrists, one after the other, but it's got to be smooth. There it is. And then once you kind of feel that you're doing it right, maybe one through the box where you don't spin it too much. Going through the box, you kind of want to square it. There, that was better. One more. Always try to do things 2 times in a row to kind of solidify those muscle memories. There, I'll take that. You want to use this corn dog?
Yeah.
I like to start with a wood bat, but that's a good swing.
One thing I really struggle with is going backside. I can hit right center gap.
Uh,
Struggle to hit 3-4, and every now and then when I really try, I can hit the line, but not consistently.
and you're talking about in a game or off a tee or both?
Live BP, live pitching. Off a tee, if I just move my body,
Yeah.
I won't let it get deep enough. But
Yeah.
it's, even though I tell myself live pitching, let it get deep, let it get deep, let it get deep, it's still 3-4, not line.
Why don't you try standing in a place where it's almost like way behind you?
Okay.
Like put it at your back shoulder, even like just like a crazy amount. And then you really, this helps me when I'm pushing it, is imagining that a pitch is coming. Because as you load, you almost turn your body to the 3-4.
Okay.
You don't, you know what I mean? You don't have to try to stay open like a ball you're pulling and then hit it that way. Like Josh Riley, when a ball comes in and he wants to push it, he kind of like slides forward in the box,
Right.
so the ball can be deeper on him, and it's just, so now the same thing. Imagine that coming in as you load, you're just going to turn slightly as you finish that direction. Keep your eye on it. There you go. And that's basically the same thing you have to do on a live pitch, is you have to catch that ball at your back shoulder. Right. Yeah, and the hard thing becomes, obviously, the deeper the ball gets, the lower it's going to be.
Right.
So, like, to then now try to do that without dipping is the hard part. But one thing at a time.
Right.
Yeah. That's the good thing about tee work, is it just kind of shows you how deep and how in front you really need to catch the ball. When I was working with KP, I'm going to hit. Yeah, and you're just under it. Yeah. Step forward a little bit too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? So your foot came here,
right,
instead of here, and then dragging with your hands. KP was talking about the step, and we were talking about, like, okay, do you have the same step every time? Do you have, and he kind of opened my eyes on it, and the step is for timing, but it's also for where you want to catch the ball as far as height.
Yeah, I remember him saying something short, he goes way out.
So if it's a short pitch and I like to catch it up here, then he goes here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that was kind of I've done it on my own subconsciously, but I didn't understand what I was really doing.
Why you were doing it.
And if it's a deep pitch on your back shoulder, you don't have to step that much. Oh, that was crushed. Oh, hit the wall in the air with a wood bat to the backside. I'd say, 15, 20 swings if you're using the tee to just get warmed up.
That's a good one.
I good?
That. Yeah. I
want to pull a couple off the tee just to feel it. And then, if most of your BP's off the tee, that's rough. Live, you do need to see some live pitching, but you can still get better. You just have to challenge yourself, honestly. Once you know your comfortable spot, then you're gonna challenge your hands. So right here, I'm gonna pretend there's an inside pitch, and I'm gonna catch it out in front, and like I'm gonna pull the ball to the third baseline. In a game, this would not mean that I get on the plate right here. I mean, I could scoot up if I want to for sure make sure that ball is a pull ball, but realistically, I'm catching this ball on the inner half, and the plate would be, you know, still back here, but I'm coming out here to get it. Don't want to get extended out here like this. You still do want to keep your hands in. There you go. And when you're lunging forward to get these balls, you don't want to be in front of your front foot. You still want to be here. You still want to be stacked. Okay? Even if you're wrapping, you don't want to be out here in front of your front foot. Stay behind it. Your hands and eyes will do the work. Right down the line. Now the only difference for going in the air is spot on the ball.
Great swing.
And then if I'm going to go a little bit higher, a little bit harder, I like to bend my back leg just a little more and get my spot on the ball low, but where I have just a tiny bit of an uplift trajectory, just a little bit, like that. Oh.
Yeah, I would still love to get picked up by conference team, but not counting on it and just gonna have a really good season with sellouts again. We took 5th at B World last year. Like to get a little bit higher this year.
Definitely think of it like that. Like if conference is your goal, or you know, all whatever your goal is, definitely still strive for it. But my ultimate goals and most people's ultimate goals are always winning a Worlds.
Yep.
And
yeah, I will take that 100 times over anything else.
Yeah. If you got a good shot.
Yeah, we've got a really good team.
Oh, yes. You could hit those consistently, just like when you want to.
Yeah, when I'm trying to keep it in, that's my main swing, is trying to cut it third base line. If I go right center, sometimes I'll miss and it'll go out, so it's not a great keep it in swing. It's a good gap or go, but not a great keep it in.
Yeah, I mean, that's just such a good spot too. Like, makes the shortstop go way deep to his backhand. That could, you know, work with him the rest of the day. There's maybe like 4 or 5 tournaments left, and then start center field in the major. And I was like, yeah. And that was when it was still at Disney.
Nice.
So, but the C team I was on ended up winning C Worlds that year. So that kind of sucked, but like good for them. Rough. But yeah, I wouldn't have changed it to be able to do that at Disney.
That's good. I'll take that.
Good. All right, so now we're gonna go to live, setting the net up, and work on the other stuff we talked about. All right, I've been working in this one pretty nicely.
Is that the 13-inch barrel?
It is 12.75-inch one piece.
Okay.
All right, going to right field and right center. The enemy is not being able to wait. So whatever keeps you smooth, whether it's a bat wiggle or a timing, that you can make sure you're behind the ball. Rolling over to the middle of the field when you're trying to go to right center is the opposite of what you want to do. So right now I'm trying to honestly keep it a little loopy. Come off of this little bat wiggle. Make sure my hands get up here first, and then I'm catching the ball here where it's still, my barrel is still behind my hands. Yeah, that was a little bit too much out here. I need to let it sink. There you go. Also in BP, what you're trying to do is get used to, hey, this is the pitch to do this hit with it. So you're assessing you go. See, I was early. I had to slow my hands down. That's why it kind of was just casting like that. There you go. See, much faster swing now because I'm waiting long enough. And then you, there it is. And then you can go hard to right center. Great shot.
The one I hit Saturday trying to go right center is right at the bucket.
All right, game scenarios here with these balls.
Okay.
Like game focus, game, you're going to hit this pitch. If I get a strike on you, that's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah,
if you're
right.
trying to go to right center, work for it here. What do you think? Flat?
A little flat, yeah.
Okay. Good.
That was good. Maybe a little heavy. It was close though. Just not the pitch I want to swing at there. I'll call a strike.
All right. So now, yes, you want to go to right center, but you got a strike on you, so make sure you're just hitting it hard. Your best chance to get on base. Right center would be ideal, but
Oh, that wasn't either one. Shit.
all right, new at bat.
Damn it. Oh, I was right center, too high.
It's all right. Okay, new at bat. There you go.
Gosh, dang it.
So, where are you aiming as far as height on those pitches?
I'm not even doing that. I need to work on that.
All right, this is your goal.
Okay. Oh, heck. There we go. That was it. I'll end on that.
All right.
I'm working on pitch selection and stay through the ball. This past weekend, the outs that I made, some of them I dipped and took the wrong pitches. So all right.
When you're done warming up, you know what I mean? You're like, that's good. Like, what are you feeling?
My hands. How my hands is like. At the beginning, every swing is kind of like tight. Like, excuse me. Every first swing is tight. Your body's tight.
And you're just, it's just about getting loose there.
Yes.
Not really getting too much into your swing.
No,
or anything
that's
like
not. That was not into trying to get the ball here, there. No, I would just miss swinging to get myself going. I really do want to like that one is a good one, but I want to be able to go to the first base line like you do, like some other guys do. But realistically, with my swing, I don't think I can.
Put your back foot at the very top of the plate. Like, yeah. Now let the ball get super deep.
Honestly, that's the deepest I can go.
Well, yeah, you might almost be out.
Yeah, see? It felt like
Well, so that you just didn't wait long enough. That was a good pitch to it.
That one was like right here.
I know. You just didn't wait long enough.
I should have waited longer.
Uh-huh.
Swinging right here.
There's two things you can do.
Okay. Where should to hit the ball to the first base line? How deep should I let it go in?
So
I feel
there's two
right
things
there.
you can do. Here's two things you can do. You can step forward as it's coming,
Right.
and then now you can catch it here,
Right.
whereas before you were catching here. So you can kind of like, or you can fall away from it if
Well,
it's a little inside. So you're
right now, keep in mind, one of my biggest problem is if I move too much in the box, my tendency is to do what?
dip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have to keep that in mind as well. So
So that's what you're working on, keeping your hands up, and then just work from your back leg. Like, you don't want to be up here as much. Work from your back leg through your hands.
all right.
Put a little bit more bend maybe in your legs as you let it get deep. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And then, yeah, and then once you learn to hit it that direction, now you can just aim it better with practice. Yeah. Yeah, just make sure you're not swinging up too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, now find right in between those two. Yeah. And see, you went like, that was probably like an 85% swing.
Yes. Oof. Nah. Oh, it's an inside pitch. I should have let that go.
That was too early.
Yeah. No.
That was just an outside pitch. So if you get an outside pitch while you're already kind of like up and out, you
No, I
can't.
mean I won't do that, but
Yeah.
in the game I wouldn't do that. Right now I'm trying to finesse that swing, like muscle memory that swing.
Yeah.
And then execute it.
And what I noticed Anthony doing though too is whenever I did throw an outside pitch, because he had to step here a little bit and he crossed himself up, he would roll over to the ground.
Yeah.
The ones that were like dead center, you sat on in perfect right center. The ones that I actually should be easier, you stepped out here. So you can't, when you're pushing that way, that's why I say stay on that back leg. Yeah. But if you stay on that back foot, then you don't cross yourself up as much because your weight is more on your back. Yeah. Nice. Now hit me the furthest bomb in the world to right center. There you go. That's probably what your home run looked like at
Yeah.
on the big field over there. Nice.
That's the ball right there.
Yeah, dude. You have such good hands on inside pitches. It's insane. Golly.
That's a good bomb. No, the thing is, I get picky on the inside pitches because I'm trying to like get it right here, right? I don't want to get it right here.
So get it out there, but stay behind your front foot.
See?
You still caught it. You still caught it like out in front of you.
There we go.
That's better.
That's it. That's the one.
That's good. Ah. There you go. This bat is opening up really good. Time to shag. We got Anthony gonna hit another round. That is sauced. cutting down through it. If it's short, go down, keep it level. There it is. There it is, better. It's better than the fly out. Nice. 2 down. Any base. Oh no, a grand slam. Miz, you forgot one. Yeah, man. Good job. Thanks. Oh. Woo.
Look, 1 bounce to the.
All right, final thoughts with those last few pitches.
I was getting a little bit frustrated because the pitches. I was trying to make an excuse in my head of the pitches. But then I'm just step out and I'm like, okay, you're in the game, stupid. Treat this like playing. If it's not a good pitch, let it go.
Yeah.
Adjust to that. So that's what I did in the last one. I'm like, you know what? My mind, I want to hit 2 bombs. Okay, I'm looking for the pitcher to hit it as far as I can with the, staying through the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
And I noticed on one of them, you got a strike on you, but you stayed with the mentality of, okay, I'm still going here, but now I got a strike on me. So maybe it opens up your like spot to go on the field. Like if it's slightly outside, you might just go with it.
Yes.
Right, instead of.
Yeah, because again, you have to understand whenever you're in the game, you're gonna have pitches that they're gonna mess with your eye level, strike zone, arch, but you have to stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta stay through with you, let him play whatever game he wanna play. Look for your pitch, the one you're consistently hit.
Well, those were some creatures. Okay, hope you learned some today on this BP day, and thanks for tuning in. Until next time, golly! Peace.